Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are hearing me from. My name is still remain Oklora, One Nation. Okay, I dropped a short which I titled Nigeria crude oil have dried. Okay, maybe I gave you the headline on that short, but let me refresh your memory in case maybe you have forgotten what you watched. Nigerians in Philippines, Cambodia threaten to sue federal government over demand for monthly dues. Do you know why I use that language? Nigeria crude oil have dried, and we are at the brink of disintegration. Nigeria have died a natural death. Yes. Ask me why? Because it's only a country that don't have a mineral resources that anything they can fall on will be, dishing out this kind of policy to tax your own citizens who is paying tax in the country, in their host countries, and then you want to squeeze life out of them again. Wait, it seems that maybe you don't understand this message. You may see this message as a kind of as a hoax. You may say, oh, it's a propaganda. You may say, oh, it has nothing to do with you. It is not interesting. It is not talking about Biafra. Listen to me and listen good. That voice that circulated, that voice of Shetima with the former governor of Ogun State, Amosun, which says that they are going to humble the Igbos, both home and abroad, even if they will give them the so-called Biafra. That is the words of Ali Sharif Kashim Shetima. Haven't it been happening? 95% of these people they tell you live in diaspora and is going to be paying dues. 95%, if not 99%, they are all Igbos. How many percent of Yorubas? You can only say, okay, Yorubas have a larger population in UK. Apart from there, no any other place Yoruba can stand up and a kind of a contest with the Igbos in terms of having population abroad. No, there is no any other place. Minus UK, even in that UK itself, it have to be contested. It have to be contested. But I know they have ground there, so we leave UK for them. Apart from UK, say put UK aside, no any other place the Yorubas or the Hausas or even the Fulanis who never traveled will come and tell you we travel more than you. The best part of the people who doing this travel are from Edo, from Delta, then go down to the whole of the southeast, south. No, south say few. South don't travel like that. That's Igbo you see. That's why you see their population. Nobody know the population of Igbos. Nobody can come out and tell you that they know the exact population of Igbos, because there's not any country out of 190 something countries in the whole world. No any country you enter, you cannot see Igbo man or Igbo woman or their seed in that very particular country. There is none. I repeat, there is none. If there's anyone, please come and tell me. Even the countries that don't have road to enter. I have a friend who is living in one country they call this country, it enter my mind now. Tuvalu. There is a country called Tuvalu. That country's government house is like a kiosk. Their bank is like backyard of we the Igbos, okay, or we the blacks when we are growing up. It does mud house, but it's a country. He purchased the Akpali where they are running to become Nigerians. You see what brought it. I repeat, no any country. If you have your WhatsApp, if you have your Google, please Google which country is called Tuvalu. I'm not sure their population is up to 1,000. I am not sure. But they are a country. This country have been predicted in 20 something, either 2050 or 2040 or 2045. There will be no country again called Tuvalu, because water is going to circle the whole place. They are living in the midst. I mean, they are being surrounded by mighty oceans and seas. Tuvalu. So this is part of the game. I am trying to illustrate this message to the understanding of many. I will not talk too much. Thank God I went to hospital yesterday, and the surgery was successful to remove that thing that always make me to talk too much. I don't remove them, so I will not talk too much. Let us read the message, and then we'll come back here to analyze it, and then let me tell you how this thing connects to the demolition of our shops and our houses in Lagos, in Abuja, in every other place. I mean, in every other region in that zoo they called Nigeria. Let me come. I'm coming back, please. And if you want this message, you know, share I will not talk what I will do. And this message is being published by Ikechukwu Nnochiri. Abuja, Nigerians living in the Philippines and Cambodia have threatened to initiate legal action against the Fulani government unless a fresh directive requiring them to pay compulsory monthly and annual dues is withdrawn. Literally, their crude oil have never dried. But there is an agenda, and that agenda is to squeeze life out of you. That agenda is to make sure that you declare what you earn. And then from there, they will be tracking you. They will be tracking you. They will be monitoring you. And in the process of monitoring you, they then knock you. Hey, terrorism, you are sponsoring terrorism. Maybe you make one transfer. You are sponsoring terrorism. Before you know what thing they happen, they don't grab you, put you inside prison. Because it is a lawless country. That the only thing they need to know is just, oh, go to court. You go to court, they will just do you court and join judgment. Inside prison. That is the end. Monitoring them, making them useless. These are the words of Ali Sharif Kashim Shettima, the current vice president of the zoo. Let us continue. In a petition to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ono, in bracket Ojukwu, the diaspora group condemned the public notice it said was issued by the Nigerian Embassy in Manila, Philippines. The petitions, through their consortium of senior lawyers led by Chief Chukwuma Nwachukwu, alleged that the embassy, in a notice dated May 20, stated that it would deny consular-related services to Nigerians who fail to register with the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Philippines and pay the required dues. Their consulate in Philippines knows the number of people that is applying for passports, know their names, and know their regions. They have compiled the list and found out that 99.99999% of all blacks, okay, let me say all Nigerians living in Manila, Philippines, or rather living in the whole of Philippines, they are all Igbos. My brother, I will not hide mouth to say this. If not 100%, 99.99999% of the population of Nigerians in Philippines are all Igbos. So now they have compared the data and see that this guy need to be monitored. This guy need to be squeezing life out of them. You will pay taxes to the country, your host country. You pay them taxes because they employ you and you are making your money there. Then your lazy and useless country and a useless president will then tell you have to be paying dues. For traveling abroad, they didn't send you. Let me, in case you don't understand what is happening. For God, that is, why the deal now is that why must you go abroad and you are making money? No, you're supposed to remain in Nigeria so that you will join the league of poor people. That is what they are trying to tell you. Why must you travel? So for the fact that you will escape this hunger and travel abroad, we will track you there and make you to go hungry because you will be paying two taxes, paying to the government of your host country and paying to the zoo, the lazy, useless country that have everything, that never make use of their brain. Rather, they are taken from the other side of their body. And some people will see this message. They won't understand. They won't digest it. They will just jump it and pass and say, it doesn't concern me. My brother, if you are an Igbo man and you see this message, you know, share them. All this, all these reforms now for because of you and me. If you don't know it, don't share the message. But don't worry, very soon, sooner or later, it will get your doorstep. Then you begin to cry out, and by that time, it is too late to cry when the head is already off. Let us continue. The petition, okay, sorry. According to the petitioners, those mandated to register and pay the mandatory monthly and annual dues included students in both countries. We act as solicitors to consign Nigerian citizens living in Philippines and Cambodia hereinafter, referred to as our clients and on whose instructions we write this letter. It is our client's brief that the Embassy of the Fulani Government of Nigeria in Manila, Philippines on 20th day of May 2026 issued a letter titled Public Notice to all Nigerians in Philippines and in the Royal Kingdom of Cambodia, wherein at paragraph 3 of the said notice, the embassy is quoted as saying, no Nigerian national shall be attended to on any consular matter without presenting evidence of Nido Philippine registration. In other words, you have to go and register, you declare your monthly incomes, then they will tell you the amount of dues you will be paying monthly to a useless country that only knows to tax their citizens. In fact, they can't even protect their citizens. Every blessed day, the number of people that is dying in that useless or construction of a country is far more than what is dying in a war-torn country called Iran or Gaza or Ukraine. And then some people will see this message. You know what they will say? This one until they too much, until they talk rubbish. They no go share. They won't even watch it to the end. They won't even air their own view. The reason why, in fact, let me tell you the truth. Do you know the truth? The reason why zoo failed are because of the Igbos. Quote me anywhere. Let me give you my reasons. An Igbo man will see this thing now. Do you know what they will say? Nothing will happen. They will pay it. I repeat myself. An Igbo man will tell you this one now, how much? They will start to pay. And when they start to pay, it affects other people. Nigeria is not good. Nigeria police and military and every other security architecture is not good today. It's because of me and you that are Igbos. Because we are too fast. How do I mean? A policeman will meet you at checkpoint as an Igbo man. You will not commit anything because you feel like in fact, you can buy your way out or bribe your way out at any point in time. Oh, that's where I'm rushing. Policeman, maybe on this stop and search. You don't commit anything. Just you can find them like 200 naira or 500. Okay, let's say 500 naira pata. Okay, that's you give too much. You give 1,000 naira, right? An Igbo man will come there. Oh, because he is in a haste. There's the business he want to go to meet. That business is going to give him like 50 or 100,000 naira. He will sacrifice 10,000 naira to that policeman and said 90,000 is still mine. I sacrifice only 10% and he will be moving. Do you see how it will affect another person? Another Igbo man that will come that place. You don't have money because you are an Igbo man and your brother have paid 10,000. They will mandate you to pay that 10,000 and you will look for it. The place that have been militarized and politicized in the whole of the zoo called Nigeria today are the Biafra land. Because why? Every policeman and every military officer are always bribing their organ, in fact, promising them heaven and earth to deploy them to the southeast because there is ATM, cash cow. So doing that, it affects everybody. It becomes norms that when you are supposed to stand on your right, you just bribe your way out. Or maybe, I don't want problem with these people. It will be different stories. You pay, you go. You pay, you go. You pay, you go. It becomes a normal. Because when any atrocity or any evil lingers for too long, it becomes a tradition. That thing, who started it are the Igbo people. This is not my normal me. You might not understand. You might even backlash me now. Oh, why must I be watching the dirty linings on the public? My brother, we didn't tell ourselves the truth. Not we are not good. We are good. But over good, they worry us. Because now over good and over happiness Now you go make policeman where supposed to give 500, you give them 1,000 or 10,000 because you have overjoyed that you have the money. But some people will have that money. My brother, they prefer to stay with you there until the next day for you to prove to them that they are wrong. Or what did they do to pay you or to warrant them to pay you as a police officer? Because it is not your duty to be taxing people on the street. You say you are there for stop and search. You do your stop and search and allow me to go in peace. Do you see how the message is connecting? So these dues, Igbos agree to pay it. On the guise of nothing they happen. Because they have it. They don't even care whether other Igbos live in other countries, whether they have it or not. It don't concern them. Self-aggrandizement. Self-centered. Let us continue. The embassy in the above said, notice at paragraph 4 is also quoted as saying, as a matter of policy, individuals without proof of registration shall not be granted entry through the Dasmarin's village gate for consular-related services at the embassy premises. Kindly note that this restriction also applies to all Nigerian students in Philippines. In Philippine students, you're going to pay dues. What a useless country is called Nigeria. International community, it is on our fault. Because all of us have been watching this rubbish happening. Because all of us are also complicit in what is happening in that contraction called Nigeria. International community, the likes of US, UK, and other countries, not our fault. And posterity will judge all of you. Because you people have hands in whatever that is happening. Look at a country that have more than 50-something or 60 deposited raw materials, crude oil, limestone, diamonds, gold, uranium, all of these things. Some countries, if they have 1/3 of what that zoo have, my brother, they will be competing with the likes of China, with the likes of UK, with the likes of US, with the likes of Canada, and with the likes of China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and the rest of them. But the country have it. See, they tell you all these things not matter to us. Let us squeeze life out of the people we're supposed to protect. You tax them in Nigeria. When they run from Nigeria to outside, you still follow them there to go and tax them. On our way done, taxing government. Let us continue. We have reviewed the content of the said public notice, and it is our legal view that some amount to a gross subversion of the fundamental rights of every Nigerian to freely associate and should not be coerced into joining any association as enshrined under section 40 of the 1999 Constitution of the Fulani Government of Nigeria as amended. My brother, Wankata. Let us continue. Okay. Nido Philippines is an association which every Nigerian living in the Philippines and Cambodia has the constitutional right to belong to freely and not by being compelled to join, same as the Nigerian embassy is seen to be doing through this public notice. It is frightening to note that this draconian policy extends to students who may be seeking embassy services in relation to their studies. As well intended as this purported policy may appear to look good on the face value, it falls outside the jurisdictions of the consular services. The Nigerian embassy in Philippines is required to provide for Nigerians in the Philippines and Cambodia. Okay, let us continue. All issues related to Nido Philippines falls within the jurisdictions of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, which was established by the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission Establishment Act of 2017, the NITCOM Act, and by virtue of Section 2D of the Act, the Commission is charged with the responsibility for coordinating and providing an organized system of collaborations of Nigerians in diaspora for their human capital and material resources and expertise to the general development of Nigeria. A careful examination of the above said Act we reveal that the Nigerian embassy has no role to play in the execution of any provisions of the NITCOM Act, and as such, the alleged public notice which was published on the website of the Nigerian embassy in the Philippines amount to an act of millstone interloper in the affairs of NITCOM by the Nigerian embassy in the Philippines, and neither NIDCOM is clothed with any statutory powers to compel Nigerians in diaspora to join NIDO in any part of the world. We firmly posit that it is the constitutional right of every Nigerian citizen with a green passport anywhere in the world to access consular services in all Nigerian embassies and high commissions without let or hindrance. The public notice published on the 20th day of May 2026 violates these fundamental responsibilities of the Nigerian embassy to Nigerians in the Philippines and Royal Kingdoms of Cambodia. We further proceed that the threat contained in the said public notice that affected individuals without proof of registrations shall not be granted entry through the Dasmarins Village Gate for consular-related services at the embassy premises runs contrary to the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, as no Nigerian citizens shall be made to suffer or be punished for an offense not known to the law. Okay, in conclusion, our clients who are affected by this public notice for no offense of theirs are entitled to claim damages against the Finland government of Nigeria, but have resolved to let go if this policy is immediately withdrawn within 7 days of the receipt of this letter. Take notice that in the event of your neglect, failure or refusal to comply with the demands herein, we shall put into effect our further instructions to bring suit at the relevant courts to avail our clients of all redress provided by the said Constitution. Find attached a copy of the public notice for your attention and immediate action. The petition further reads. Do you know why they choose Asia? Do you know why they choose Asia? Why they did not start this in where we have the larger population, which is Europe and America? Why they not start them there? They start from Cambodia and Philippines, knowing fully well that majority of people living there are all Igbos, and by extent, illiterates. Let me put it that way, and I have no regret for this word I use. If they try this nonsense, why they not start them from US? They don't want to start them for Asia, and if they start them for Asia, my brother, all of you, both Thailand, Malaysia, China, where we have the larger population, are the ones who are going to suffer it. America have large population of Yorubas. Why they not start them there? UK have large population of Yorubas. Why they not start them there? They carry and come Asia, where Igbos have, maybe let's say, we have the best part of illiterates are living, where they will tell you nothing they happen, we go pay them. After all, when they go lay. Because if they start them from US or UK, it's not, that law is not going to stand. Nidicom Bold, who is Dabiri Eriwa, that one that look like chimpanzee, is the brain behind this. And I can tell you this for free of charge. If they succeed from here, do you know where they will hit again? They will hit China. From China to South Africa, from South Africa, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, all these countries, before they even touch to all this Europe and the US and the others, you that have been paying must have even forgotten. It will take years and decades. Yes, of course. Now, true that they tell you this. This is the master plan. The government of Tinubu self, if he continues, must have ruled and even pie and gone. And they never touch those areas. And this area, it becomes a reputation because what they will be grabbing from this area will be better than what they will grab from those areas. You know, if you know what I mean. What they will grab from Asia will be far more better than what they will grab from the other side. Who depends on what government pay them. Let me just put it that way. You use your number 6. My brothers, nobody is going to comment. When you yourself, if you are outspoken now, you become a target. They call you an attacker because you spoken out. If we keep on multiplying, the words of Kashim Shettima, period to 2023 general election, is beginning to take effect. Since their inception of governors, Tinubu and Shettima, it has been from one demolition to the other. Either your shops are being got burned for no reason. Somebody will just come to the fire when everybody must have been sleeping. You labor from your age of 20 and you are getting to your 60s, preparing for retirement. To the front of an eye, my brother, Everything you labored for all your life will go down the drain. And then you have to start afresh at old age. That is what we keep suffering. I was forced out of that useless and dirty Lagos because of demolitions. Yes, I am a victim of demolition. Not once, not twice. At a point, I said I can't take it anymore. I have to move. I move. Anyway, my people, I don't have much again to say. I told us here that what is making me to talk too much, I don't go remove them. So I hope I not talk too much, right? Oyana, have a nice day. I'm a regular continue to bless you. Please share this message, let it go viral. Ciao. I love you all. Achineke mezi okwu.